Hello everyone and welcome back to this Derby County series where you find us in the first January transfer window, January the 1st, 2024. And we are absolutely flying in Sky Bet League One. The tactics are so overpowered. We haven't lost a game so far this season in 26 league games. Got a goal difference of 54 goals and 68 points, 17 points above our nearest rivals in Charlton, although they do have a game in hand on us, winning 21 big games as well. That is absolutely insane. Wycorn is doing absolute bits in Sky Bet League One. Didn't think he would, but he is his top goal scorer in League One. Curtis Nelson, Conor Hurahan, Martin Vaghorn and Liam Thompson absolutely dominating all of the awards in League One so far this season. They're going to be in the team of the season. There is no doubt in my mind. Taking a look at our schedule, we'll go back through. As you saw on the last episode, we had beaten Exeter City to kick off the series 2-0. After that, we went on a great run, getting a good draw away at Wigan and getting quite far in the Carabao Cup into the third round, only losing 1-0 against a strong Manchester City side at the Etihad. Is a good achievement in my opinion. Yes, we lost, but we didn't disgrace ourselves. The boys put in a good performance as well. And then moving down as we go through the Bristol St Motors Trophy, we've been smashing that. We've won games, but our biggest win and most standout win so far of the season was at home against Stevenage. We thumped them 9-0. They got absolutely humbled. Steve Evans got sacked after that, and they've replaced him with none other than Steve Bruce. I mean, they've gone from Steve Evans to Steve Bruce. Clearly, they love a Steve down at Stevenage. I mean, yeah, you must have to be named Steve to take over the job there. But we've been on a run ever since then. Only blemish was a basketball game against Charlton at home. 3-3. It was we scored, they scored, we scored, they scored. And yeah, a result in the end was fair. We got revenge against Manchester City's under-21s in the Bristol St Motors Trophy, going through to the next round. We're in the third round of the FA Cup as well, as we play Sunderland in that competition and Carlisle straight after in the Bristol St Motors. A draw recently against Oxford, who were second place in the league away from home, is no disgrace as well. Picking up points on the road against teams in and around you is exactly what we're here for. And in terms of the squad, there has been one big signing so far before the January transfer window. And I want to introduce you to one of our star players. And it is that man, Jesse Lingard. Jesse Lingard comes to the club. He scored in his first couple of minutes for the club as well on his debut. So far, he's played 6 games for the club, scoring 3 goals, which I think is fairly good in my humble opinion for Jesse Lingard, getting his fitness and becoming an important member of the team. In terms of how the team has performed so far this season, Aaron Cashin has been absolutely immense. He's got the potential to be a Premier League quality centre-back, and he is absolutely smashing it for us. A key man at the back, I have to say. One of the standout performers of the season as well has been Max Bird. He's been quality in the middle of the park. Doesn't score as many goals or get as many assists, but this guy just wins the ball back, passes it on, starts the moves. He plays incredible in holding midfield for this football club. Other players that have really shone, like I said, has been Martin Vaghorn. He's been absolutely insane for us. He's 33 years old, contract's expiring at the end of the season. I don't think I'll give him a new deal because going into the championship, we're going to need something a little bit better than that. And talking about players that are leaving this football club, there are 2 big ones who want to leave. Conor Hurahan wants to leave the football club. Been quality for us. Had a few injuries, scored 5 goals, 10 assists in 18 games, been an absolute beast in League One. He's a championship midfield player, and I don't blame him for wanting to leave the football club. Joe Wildsmith is another player who wants to leave as well, won't sign a new contract. He's going to leave the club on a free transfer, so we're going to need a new goalkeeper going into hopefully our championship season next season. It looks like we're going to win the league. I mean, in January, we've just had a big loss as well. We've just lost John Jules. He's gone back to Arsenal on loan. He's gone back from Arsenal on his loan from us. We're going to have to loan in another striker or get one on a free. We'll have a take a look who's in there. Can we keep the big guys in this January transfer window? Can we keep players like Cashin? Can we keep Bird, etc.? Let's find out. We now find ourselves at the end of the January transfer window, and it was a bit of a quiet one, to be perfectly honest with you. We had to get a replacement for John Jules, and I went for Divin Muamba from West Ham on loan. He's been absolutely class. Just won Young Player of the Month as well. 3 goals in his first 5 games for the football club, improving all of the time. He's a very good player at EFL level, and hopefully maybe we'll loan him again next season when we're in the championship, because I feel like that's definitely on. We'll take a look at the table. Hasn't changed very much since the last update, but we are absolutely smashing it. Other players I've brought in for depth are Jamie Donnelly he's a top striker. He's going to be a top striker. He's definitely a better League One player than what we've got up front at the moment. Wycorn's got some serious competition here, although he has been scoring. Donnelly and Muamba could be the key to pushing on in the second half of the season, in my opinion. Also brought in Ruel Waters on loan from Arsenal as a bit of a cover for the back. We keep getting right back and left back injuries. This guy can play across the back line. Backup player hopefully won't play so much, but you never know. He's a decent young player, to be perfectly honest with you. And that was the window, really. We managed to keep everyone. No one really bidded for any of our players, which was good. The only player that left the football club was Joe Ward. He wanted to leave. He wanted to go. We sold him to Bristol City. I mean, it was only for 78k or whatever it was. It wasn't a lot of money, but he leaves the football club. It was money off of the wage as well. And yeah, I mean, to be fair, quiet window, which is great. We didn't lose any big players. And in the league, just to show you the competitions before we get into the back end of the season, we're still top of that EFL League One with 84 points. And as you can see, we're absolutely smashing it. Wycorn is now top goal scorer in the league. Callum Elder has been absolutely cracking at left back. Hurahan, what a player for League One, as I've mentioned so many times on this series already. Joe Wildsmith's a great goalkeeper leaving the football club as well. But 67 plus goal difference, 84 points, 26 big wins, 6 draws, no defeats so far. They probably are going to come at some point, but we're looking like we're going to win the title at this rate, as well as win the Bristol Street Motors competition. We're in the semi-finals against Doncaster Rovers, and we'll either play Oxford or Reading in the final. Feel like Reading's are going to be a tough game. Oxford is a bit of an easier game for us, but in the final, anything can happen. If we can do a league and cup double going up into the championship, that will be an unforgettable season for Derby County. Now let's see how we get on in the Bristol Street Motors competition and in the rest of the League One season. The brief is simple. Win this game at Pride Park and we become champions of League One. It is a huge game. We are playing Leyton Orient. We're 1 win away from winning the title. They're a good side playing a 4-3-3 formation, but as you'll see from the table, we've lost 2 games this season against Exeter and got humbled against Charlton. We've got 99 points, Peterborough with 76. Come on, the boys. Let's go out, secure the title at home, and let's become a championship side. 24 minutes in and it's youngster Jake Rooney with the goal to put us in front, and the fans are dancing in celebration at Pride Park. In the 87th minute, it looks like we've secured the title with a Washington tap in. Let the celebrations begin. And there it is. We've done it. First season in the League One. We have won the Sky Bet League One. We have absolutely smashed it this season. We have been the best side in the league by far. Only losing 2 games in 40 years, absolutely class. These boys have performed out of their skin. It's a first trophy in this career as Derby County manager, and it is a big one. It is a league title. Getting promoted by winning the league is always the best feeling. It is ticker tape and firework time. Let's go, boys. This is unbelievable. That only leaves now the Bristol St Motors Trophy. Can we do a league and cup double in our first season in charge of the Rams? Que sera, whatever will be, will be. We've taken the Rams to Wembley to play Oxford. Can we get the dub? Can we do the double in the first season? It is a big, big trophy in the EFL. We need the win. We need to go up on a high. Oxford are a great side, but come on, the Rams. And it was first blood to the Rams as Ruel Waters, a player who's been so good for us. Find Maxi Bird. Maxi Bird cross it. Waghorn with the tap in. 1-0. Come on, the Rams. We struck again just before the 20th minute mark, and it was that man again, Waters, causing absolute issues. Gets another assist, and Bird fires it past Beadle to put us 2 in front. I think we're going to have to call this the Ruel Waters final, as he bags a third assist to put the game well beyond Oxford now. Runs down the right, and then Vaghorn's there again. Game over. The remaining Oxford fans were heading for the stands, as again we were proving deadly from the right-hand side. Elliot Embleton this side picks up the ball and smashes it past Beadle. Definitely game over. Oxford, playing for pride at this point in the 70th minute, scored one of the best team goals I've seen this season. Brannigan marauding and finds Sonny Perkins on the cutback. He smashes it past Wildsmith, but it's no more than a consolation. And there it is. It was over at half-time, and we absolutely stormed to a victory in the Bristol St Motors Trophy. Another trophy to add towards our collection after picking up the League One title. It's been a double winning season for the Rams in our first season in charge of the football club. What a game it was. We absolutely smashed them, dominated them, and the Derby fans will go home very, very happy after this ticker tape and firework time. They see their club lift another trophy. There's no better feeling in Football Manager than winning things, and especially when you go on to do the double. Now let's fast forward to the end of the season where we take a look at where we finished up in the league and go through our best players in the squad. Last game of the season was a massive 4-0 victory over Bristol Rovers. We ended the season on a high, playing 46 games, winning 37, drawing 7, only losing 2, only ever humbled once as well by Charlton. And it was a great season in League One. As you saw, we won the title. We also won the Bristol St Motors Trophy as well. And in terms of the squad, I want to go through who's had a great season and who I think could be key for us in the following season as well. And I want to kick it off with Aaron Cashin. He has been absolutely quality. This young man is a quality centre-back at championship level. He's going to be very good for us. Will play for Ireland. He's got an £8 million transfer value. I wouldn't want to sell him, but if someone comes in, that's hella money for us, let's be honest. But he's going to be one I want to build this team around. He could play in the Premier League for us, I think, at some point. He's that good and he's that reliable. Another player at the back who isn't ours that I would love to have next season is Ruel Waters. What a player Arsenal have got on their hands. I said he'd be a backup player, but he started 13 games for us. Single-handedly won the paint trophy for us, the Bristol St Motors trophy even, if you're of a certain age. He's been absolutely quality. I'd love to have him again last season. We'll try and do a deal with Arsenal. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, what a player. Never had him before. He's unbelievable. Another player that came through the squad this season is Jake Rooney. The centre-back can play holding midfield and right back as well. I brought him up from the under-21s and didn't look back from there. He played 25 games for us in the league, scoring 8 goals with 6 assists. For a centre-back, 8 goals in a season is unbelievable. Mainly played at centre-back. Played a few games at right back this season, but was absolutely class. He's improving all the time as well. He's a baller, an absolute baller. Maxi Bird, another player in the middle of the park, another player that came from the Derby Youth Academy as well. It's great to have all of these players in the squad that have only played for Derby. It's great, and I think he could definitely play in the Premier League for us. Got a championship season ahead of him next season. Could develop into being one of our best players. Another player who's going to be absolutely quality and was quality since he came in was Jesse Lingard. Probably got a few seasons in him. Brings the experience from Manchester United. He's a very good player, had a very good season, scored 10 goals in 25 games, got 6 assists. Can't argue with that on a free transfer. Will last a couple of seasons and will help develop some of the young players in the squad. So Jay Lingers was a success in my opinion. Other players that I feel like that would do so well in the championship for us is this young man, Dejuan Brown. He's not ready yet, but he will be. I'll be bringing him off the bench. He is only 17 years of age, got a good few seasons of development yet. But this young man could be a very, very good striker for us in the years to come. I don't think we're going to bounce straight up from the Championship into the Premier League. That'll be disastrous because we don't have the squad. We need some improvements. The squad there's going to be a lot of players in, a lot of players out. But we'll take a look at the schedule before we round off this episode. And as you can see, here is our run. Losing to Sunderland in the 3rd round. We'll go from there. And as you can see, loads and loads of greens. Losing to Exeter and losing to Charlton was a little bit of a bad run for us, but 2 very good teams to lose against away from home. So no real shame in losing those games. And as you saw, the Bristol St Motors Trophy, we absolutely dominated that thanks to Ruel Waters. And then finishing it off with Bristol Rovers, and Conor Hourihane scored in that game, his last game for the club as him and Joe Wildsmith leave. It is going to be a busy summer window. Don't forget to tune in for the next episode of the Resurgent Rams.